Good morning, good afternoon, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Let's share the show, please. Welcome and welcome. Let's share the show. We have a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about today. So let's share the show. Please, let's share the show as you join us. Thank you and thank you. Let's share the show. Good afternoon. Let's share the show. As you join us, let us know where you're joining us from. We are willing, we are inclined to speaking with you. Let's share the show. It's not easy. Let's share the show. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show. Please and please, let's share the show. Let's share the show. We're not jogging. Let's share the show, please, folks. Let's share the show. As you join, good afternoon. Let's share the show, please. Please and please, let's share the show. We have a lot to talk about today. I will be right back. Give me a second.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We're searching for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The project is giving us here the premise of them. So welcome and life with African.
I lyrical
Master.
Play body so make you I can't ask you TV benyo. Say my journey, tina get I say my jamo. And yes I know money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo. What is
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't forget it now. Toss you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the local and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Penku, Bombay, Kidman, Montserrat to San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
Okay, folks, let's share the show. Like I said, let's share the show. Share the show, please. Siku will be joining us. Milborn. Monk will not join us today. Monk will not be joining us today, just so you know. Monk has a lot to do to take care of today, so Monk will not be joining us. Unfortunately, I know it's hard to say, but Monk got to take care of business. You don't know how it is in the country. Monk got to go run after one or two things. He told us already that he will not be available, so Monk will not be available today, but Sekou will join us at some point. I know I've been bothering him. I've been bothering his phone. I woke him up. He was sleeping. I can react to Sekou had done to well, welcome and welcome. Let's bring Milborn on real quick. We're seeing Milborn here. Milborn joining us. Milborn is joining the team. Milborn drinking his regular. Is that Ataye or a what?
I'm drinking soft drink. Anyway, this is Coke.
Soft drink?
Yeah. I'm drinking.
Which one is a soft drink again? You can't get all in time or meaning. What is soft drink?
Yeah. It's a Coca-Cola. You know, way back during your time, at that time they used to sell it 10 cents, right? Or now we're buying it close to almost $100 now for the soft drink. It's a Coke. Soft drink, like, yes, non-alcoholic.
Yes. It's non-alcoholic?
Yes, indeed, non-alcoholic.
I just wanted to make sure because that will affect the possibility of you holding your deacon title, or if it will even be given to you. Guys, if Joseph Parker is going to relinquish the deacon title, we're still working with the government and other people to make sure that that happens, especially the religious people. But we'll get into that. But Milborn,
let me tell you about our whole deacon business. As long as you have plan now for us to have our own teaching church, because we don't want any church but teaching church, teaching about Christ church.
Yes.
Yes, that's the church.
But you know, in no way, shape, or form I can be part of any kind of funny church.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I want any kind of church and your cooperation, local and let me tell you, sometimes you don't be your talk. My church names, when you hear some of their names, like for example, Miracle, Miracle Kingdom in cooperation with Jesus Christ. What kind of name them? What kind of wahala be that?
Well, before we get into that, let me greet our people first. Welcome to all of you. Today is Wednesday, the 12th of June, 2024. Timestamp here is 11:10 a.m. in Phoenix, Arizona. And weather is nice here. Summer, it's hot, obviously. It's a beautiful place, beautiful views out here. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you, all of our supporters, contributors, all of you who made some form of donation. Thank you so much. Thanks for your prayers. Thank you and thank you. I can't thank you enough. It's been good. it's good. It feels good. And you know, I can feel the excitement. But as always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And most importantly, I believe Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. That's what I believe. I don't know about other people. I can't speak for and about other people, but I can for sure say that Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. That I can say. That's a fact I stand with today, tomorrow, and forever and ever. So, Melbourne, what say you? You know, a lot of things going on. We'll get into other news. We'll get into international news, but a lot of things going on. Before we get into international news, we want to say thanks to all of you who have joined us. Please help us share the show. Listen, today we're going to be talking BBD now. So share the show. We are friend, who you not let.
Let your friend invite another friend, so the other friend can invite the other one. That's just how we want it to be. Like people, please, we are appealing to you. Yeah. Invite someone.
So Melbourne, quickly speaking, my man. Let's start off first before we get into any conversation, whether that's social or whatever it is, or in other news. How is the country? What's going on? And what's new?
Well, Steve, thank you. And let me say again, let me join you to say good evening to all of our dear channel listeners. Because mind you, there are a lot of people who always on the dot. You know, when they say the dot, I mean the time, they always are fighting hard to make sure that we come on in time so that they can listen to one of the best show here in Liberia, especially the SKTV show that bring a lot of the information out without no site or so forth. So indeed, we are good. Thank God for life. And to our Facebook viewer, also let me say thank you so much for always doing your best in making sure that you support the SKTV, because mind you, all of your little data and so on that you're also spending, we are also recognizing all of the things that you're doing. So let me join Steve also to say thank you so much for the support and continue to support the media, because mind you, the media depends on you and you also depend on the media. So the only way that the media can survive is through you. If you give your 1 cent support to the media will survive, bring you all of the information that you need to know. So thank you to all of you. Indeed, my brother, happy belated birthday. And I guess that yesterday was great, because we started with the celebration for you, even though you said Lawrence, Lawrence, Lawrence. I don't know why. Is it Lawrence not general? Well, be it. Maybe
I said, my man, don't put me say let me say what I said, because I don't want noise later on. You know our people, they can love people, but when you say certain things, I ask a question. Throughout the world, you ever heard any general from Bon County? They say no.
Well,
everybody that Lawrence
come, yeah.
Exactly. So
when Lawrence come, maybe Lawrence will answer that.
Okay.
But again, let's move on. Yes, indeed, there are so many things happening in Liberia. The president is back home since the weekend, and there are so many things ongoing, ranging from the yellow machines, ranging from the audits. We're still waiting for the audits and so forth. You know, mind you, that the president promised the Liberian people that in fact he's going to send for auditors who are going to come in country to have an audit. But up to date, we are yet to see those auditors in country. So
say again, wait, slow down with that news. Man, I can be giving you, just be running like that, but man, who behind you?
Okay, sorry, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you, man. You talking important thing that concern our people. You just talking fafa. You say what thing they say?
Liberian people are more concerned now about those auditors that the president talk about. I think once upon a time when the president visited you people on our side, or in fact when he went to the States doing the time that he won, he went there to the I think that was VOA, right? And he said that he he promised the Liberian people that, in fact, he's going to bring in international auditors that are going to come in to audit the former government.
Yes, he told VOA, and he told VOA that's what he was going to do. So what did he say the Liberian people say? What is going on?
So the people are concerned now. What happened up to now? We're gone nearly 5 months, and they don't even see no sign, no anything.
Be giving the update, Melbourne. Be giving the update. I'll step up for a second.
All right, good. So also Liberian people are also concerned about the war crime code up to date. There's no any sound of the war crime code, even though the president signed for the establishment of the office of the war crime code, but up to now, Liberians are still concerned about what's going on. How come they don't hear anything again about the war crime code and so on? But again, with the bread and butter issues, these are some of the major concerns coming from from Liberians, that the bread and butter issues are so serious that they are not hearing anything good, because mind you, the USD rate is climbing up. As we speak, it's around 196 to some places. Some places it's 196.5. So mind you, by the time the US rate climb up, that means the basic commodities prices going to go up. So that, for example, if you used to buy maybe something for $25, it may likely go up to maybe around $30 just because of the USD rate. So basic commodities prices are going up day by day based on the prevailing situations, including the USD rate. Then again, another news that broke up about our senators having their retreat in Buchanan Grand Bassa County that sparked up that indeed allegedly they received around 13,000 each, and someone said that amount came out to nearly 450,000. So there are a lot of mixed reactions to that as well. How come? Where are we heading? How will the rescue train that come to rescue the people are not sharing the money among themselves? So there are a lot of mixed reactions to that. People are feeling frustrated. People are talking the way they feel that, oh no, there's not the kind of government that we voted for. How will the government, if I call for retreat at this time and at this point where Liberians are going through difficulty? Even as we speak, GFK, we get the information that there are no drugs. Now, the president or the senators, they are going for retreat and sharing money. So people are disenchanted. People are feeling frustrated. People are very, very feeling terrible about the entire thing that took place in Buchanan Grand Bassa County. Then, not too long, another thing happened. Socially, quickly before I turn over to you, Steve. Another thing happened not too long right here in Toronto, where we alleged though that a pineapple seller, a lady who was selling pineapple, she was called upon by some ladies who having to be beauty salon caretaker, or who are beauty who do these beautifications, who they call her and they said that in fact they wanted to buy from her, according to what we got from the sources on ground, and from the lady also, that in fact they call her, they said they wanted to buy from her, and after that they begin to harass her. According to her, they even tear or close up. In fact, they wanted to sexually harass her, and that's how she escaped from the scene and call police. But as we speak, the place is still getting packed. The place was packed not too long, and Liberian National Police carried the suspect and those who was accused. So as we speak, they are now at the Liberian National Police Zone 5 right here in Dupont Road. So socially, these are some of the news that are happening. A lady nearly been harassed, or according to her, she was harassed by 3 ladies. I don't know for reason why, but according to her, they tear her clothes and they wanted to sexually abuse her. So far, so good. These are some of the happening back home.
Wait, Melbourne, wait now. The problem with you, the news that you can be running away, just say somebody chasing you. You say a lady was harassed by 3 ladies?
Yes, according to her, she said she was harassed by 3 ladies.
And those 3 ladies wanted to do what?
According to her, they wanted to sexually abuse her.
Those 3 ladies wanted to sexually abuse her?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back. This is a sticky issue. Sexually harassed by 3 ladies.
Yeah.
They wanted to sexually abuse another lady.
Good.
Okay, we'll get into that other conversation in just a jiffy. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Any other news on the day?
Yes, we are also getting report that the United Party pressuring the central bank to employ some of her partisans into the central bank of Liberia.
Yes, we'll definitely get to that as well. We got that on our radar here. Thank you for confirming that. And it is led by the chairman, Lucho Tape. So we got that other one. It was part of the headline too as well. Okay, anything else?
Well, yes. Also, there's this information about the former Chief Justice, Gloria Muzu-Scott, as we learned that she out, according to the information that we're getting, that yes, that the Justice Minister grant compassionate leave to convict former Chief Justice Gloria Muzu-Scott. So that's the information that we are also getting, that she out. She no longer in prison, according to the information we are getting.
Okay. Any other thing, Milborn, before we take off? Because once we take off now, we're getting into some serious other conversation. Any other thing?
Maybe if you listen to me, I did talk about the Senate retreat in Buchanan, Gambasa County, where the information coming out that in fact they share 13,000 among themselves, and the mixed reaction to that. Liberians are feeling frustrated about that information as to how come, after promising the Liberian people to rescue them, now the Senate are now dividing money. So actually, that news just come up, and it's quite frustrating. But I know before the weekend there'll be some reaction to that, maybe coming from the Senate wing. But as we speak, Liberians are feeling frustrated about that news as to how will the Senate divide money among themselves when they notice that the economy is going, in fact, from someone would say from good to worst, or getting better every day, and you are not sharing money. So people are frustrated, Steve.
Okay. Well, so a lot of things going on in the country. You all seem to be having a busy country. A busy country with doing nothing or nothing going on. But folks, let's share the show. In other international news, as many of you read, heard, or so forth, President Joe Biden, his son, Hunter Biden, as we speak, is a convicted criminal. He was convicted yesterday in the state of Delaware. He's a criminal. He woke up this morning as a criminal, just so the record shows. Yesterday, he became a criminal. He woke up this morning as a criminal, a convicted criminal. So we have a president, a sitting president whose son is a criminal. This is unprecedented in the history of Liberia, of the United States. I mean, a sitting president's son is a convicted criminal. You know, that thing I learned about justice. Justice don't see age. They don't see power. They don't see people. They don't even see faces. Can you imagine? The sitting president, his justice minister, brought charges on the son of the man who employed him. Liberian people. You hire the justice minister. The justice minister turn around. He ain't going over nobody to prosecute you. Your son, your only son. You got that Joe Biden, only son. Joe Biden had 2 boys. Bo Biden was in the army. He died. He died from, I think, cancer or something or so forth. I stand to be corrected. A few years ago. His only son living now. the man who he hired. Justice Minister Merlin Garden prosecuted his son in the state of Delaware, the place Joe Biden living in Delaware. Prosecuted his son Hunter Biden in Delaware, in the same state. Today, Hunter Biden is, listen, when you see Hunter Biden put convicted criminal in front of his name, he part of president is a criminal. So that either. That's what we call seriousness, that's what we call justice. On the other hand, while we're talking about a justice minister holding people accountable, our own justice minister, free Gloria Musu Scott. Yeah. Like I said, we got plenty to talk today. In other news, also the peace deal in Israel between them and Gaza, between them and Hamas, in Gaza. They're working on it. They're hoping that it will there will be peace there very soon, or ceasefire. They're working on a ceasefire deal. They're pushing Benjamin Netanyahu to ensure that he agrees to that ceasefire deal. It hasn't been easy. It's not easy, but they're pushing it and they're working on it. Serious-minded people are working on serious things. In the same token, Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, is going around trying to set up a peace talk with Russia for them to have an end of the war in Ukraine. It's not easy. He's mobilizing, he's reaching out, and he really talking to make sure that they foster peace on that side of the world. And he's trying to get other people involved as well. So they have been working on it. Yes, I know they've been refusing it. You're right, Alfred Dennis. But the negotiations are still ongoing. You know, sometimes people play hardball in negotiation. Later on, they come around the table and they finalize it when you least expect it. Because you want to come to the table too, not just coming to the table just like that. You want to come to the table too tough, showing, with strength, so that people can know what you're coming with. Yeah, you mentioned Bo Biden died from brain cancer. You were right. In other news, the rescue boys, the rescue entities, they are complaining. For example, one of the rescue brothers, he work out their money. He work out their money, he a golfer. And this is why he's writing. Quote, just retreat security. You're listening. Your rescue Bozele, Yombli Kanga Lawrence. Let me tell you what they did a few days. Wait, come to that one. We come to rescue Yombli Kanga Lawrence. I know what they call that time rescue. What she and Fina Bono were fighting on the tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Rescue mother.
So so Yombli Kanga Lawrence stole Fina Bono name for the record. That would be clear on it. Yombli Kanga Lawrence, my own but when you do wrong, that mean you can talk it. Yombli Kanga Lawrence stole Fina Bono name and we told on the show to get a name back because we're not in business for stealing money. So she took Fina Bono name illegally and has been operating on it. But they are listening to her rescue mother. We just catching other news and we're kind to the real subject. Rescue mother then say they are retreat in Grand Bassel. Yeah. The rescue mother then said I retreat in Grand Bassel. Just for security. You listen. They spent 25,000. And that 25,000 I bring that out of US. I want you to sit down and count how much $5 in 25,000. Now listen, I want y'all to start calculating. If somebody can do math, just tell me how many $5 in 25,000 United States dollars. Also, just for people who facilitated the program, 25,000. Now 50,000 right there. A mayor better rescue Ramos there. He start reading foolishness. That one is business. Nobody cares about him. Nobody cares about what he says. You're not a serious man, man. You're not a serious man, young man. I say you're not serious. He doesn't mean well for Liberia. He didn't mean well for Liberia then. He doesn't mean well for Liberia now. You know, go sit down. You know, go rest your body. Nobody cares about what when you're passing around insulting people for the criminal. You didn't know Joseph Bogarde and the other people were criminally minded. You didn't know that. That today was going to sit and listen to him. You will see his same part. You're not ready yet. You have somebody who can sit and see people who aid in the bid criminals. Then I turn around. I sit down with you. I make you low fun. You're not ready yet. You're ready funny too. He said you got a detail how much they spend. I want a business. He said the economy in a toilet. And happening on a rescue model. Like you don't believe putting your model. Let me tell Martin Collison, I have fresh skin. I don't bring it to my Oma. Get that fresh skin there somewhere else. And you are bouncing around here for, and you are attacking Charlie Bronski. You are attacking other Google people. You ready? You are retired. You're not ready. You ready for life? You're not ready for life. That all of y'all brought this. That all of y'all brought this nonsense on the Liberian people. That all of you guys will bring me up. The people who can be afraid to call your name. Me, I can be afraid to call your name. I don't shy away. I don't shy away from the issues. I don't shy away from the issue, my people. All of y'all brought in nonsense on the Liberian people. This disgrace, this shame that all of y'all brought on the Liberian people. Y'all were insulting good people who y'all know could do this job. You insulted them, disrespected them, denigrated them for no reasons. Only because you thought you were going to come for your stealing, because they put you in a stealing camp, then getting you some of the stealing money, so you're there. You think we're stupid yet? We're not stupid yet. We're not stupid yet. We're just starting. You saw good people who are qualified, ready, with proven track record to save that country, to hold people accountable. You're Jumbly Kanga Lawrence, Jeremiah Kunen, and you're ready and Ryan making over Jeremiah Kunen, and you're cussing other people. Oh, that today you know the rescue people in our rascal, no rescue people in our rascals. Rescue people in a good thing. You know what? Joseph Boga got a country at heart. Joseph, you even get audacity to still be reading Joseph Boga and reading him dear. Joseph Boga look like dear. You're not ready in our country. You understand yourself. You will understand yourself in our country. But we even get in a conversation yourself. You will understand yourself. You're not ready plenty. You're reading plenty people. And you see how Joseph Boga looking successful in the face now. You see how the people looking fat in the face and healthy. I beg you. I will papa, man. Me, I support the papa. The time you are supporting, we agree that time. I want no time. You should agree. We agree.
Yeah, when they for 2029, 2029, at me, I was supporting.
What?
I think about 2029.
The man calling himself son chairman in you don't know chairman emeritus for research and policy. And I don't but the research and policy that you wrote now, that nigga that the money operating on. Your own research and policy that I have put together, any man working on. So why you ready? You're not ready yet, my people. You're not ready yet. You are not ready for life. You are a failure. You can't just make it. You're a failure. All of you who supported this disaster, you brought on the Liberian people. Your children will pay for it. All of you, including the ones who supported Georgia. So if you think the citizen exempted from this, you're wasting your time. Your children will pay for it because those boys will steal. And the next generation will have to pay for it. Generations after generations. We told you. You get serious money people. Let me tell you something. Politics, election is not about like. It's not about, oh, the man popular and unpopularity context. Only you're in Liberia think that to elect somebody got to be popular. You don't base it on competence. You don't base it on records. You don't base it on seriousness. You're busy on the man get number, the man get a number, the other man get a number. Okay, they get a number now. Let the number put them operating with you now. Y'all see your life now. Y'all see your life now. Y'all see your life. Anyway, Mr. Kane, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
We just in other news, and I'm working with some of the Sanama Swans there. The policy and research people that they are calling out. I'm very happy that they themselves are pointing out that my old man, Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence, she and Delone, they lavish money in Grand Bassel this past weekend. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something today. You're just starting. Your complaint ain't even start yet. Your complaint ain't even start yet. Your complaint ain't even start yet. You're not ready yet. Your complaint ain't start yet. And that's why I'm enjoying Sekou Kane these few days. In fact, all the push-up Mr. Kane told before the summer and all that training, it was so the man can show his sexy back while he is enjoying his life in the country. And you're over there. Mr. Kane, you know the picture the way you can be putting on the future, I can really enjoy it. I come and follow you. I'll be putting picture of them two up and be enjoying. But Mr. Kane, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Yes. So, folks, we leave it for other news. We're getting to seriousness into the conversation for the day. Mr. Kane, let me ask you the question. So just to welcome you before you go into any other thing. With what we are seeing, we try Joria, who was popular, well known, football icon, everybody know Opon. He let the Liberian pull down through corruption, through incompetence, and ineptitude. We say, okay. Then we try Joseph Boakai, who has been in government for all his life, that the only thing he knows nothing else besides government, especially the Liberian government, and what he did for 42 years, 25 years, whatever. Even though he's old, but according to him, he was going to set the country on the right track, rescue the country, and turn the country over. In less than 6 months, we're not even in 6 months of a presidency. Next month, 21st, will make Joseph Boakai 6 months. In less than 6 months, Joseph Boakai, along with his cronies that he brought on the train with him, including Yombli Kanga Lawrence, who is a woman, not man, because you can say, oh, the men not get hot, men can do any kind of thing. It is proven by research that when women are in power, the level of corruption can be lesser. Since Yombli then take over, it's been for one funny deals to another funny deal. Most recently, they just lavish money. Mr. Kane, what do you think are the options for Liberian people? Because the two most popular people, because they can vote on, based on popularity, and who know you and travel land. What is the option for the Liberian people? What option we got?
Well, first of all, let me begin by saying thank you to you, to Melbourne, and to Sekou, and the entire management of Truth FM. Also to our valuable followers, fans, and well-wishers. And also to say happy birthday to you and Brazilian Monk again. The birthday continues because we were told yesterday that we got a whole month to celebrate this birthday. Somebody
no, the rest of the year.
No.
Yeah.
You said the whole year, but Melbourne as the chairman of the
no, we fired Melbourne yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Steve, stop. He said we got one idea. Stop it.
Yeah, but take it back.
Okay.
Hey, if you want to take it back, otherwise you're not taking it.
Take it back.
No, Steve, no, what
take
we
it back now.
Steve.
Take it back now.
Steve, you
take it back now, or there will be no comprehensive report. Take it back now.
Melbourne.
Yes.
Melbourne, just take it back for now.
Take it back
take
now.
It back. I
Exactly
take
so.
it back because of the birthday sick. I take it back.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll drink on that one. I'll drink water on that one. Thank you.
So, you know, with that said, I'm here, you know, watching, listening, and I wake up early this morning. My time here, I follow the happenings in the Liberian Senate, and I follow everything that's going on the floor of the Senate. The hearing involving the Minister of Commerce, Minister of Finance, the LRA boss, and the boss for National Port Authority. The hearing was quite interesting, and I follow all the interactions, and I was left with serious concern whether or not Liberia is on the right trajectory. It was childish, it was confusing, lack of cohesion, and it seems like nobody knows what's going on or what they are doing, unfortunately. I heard words such as money laundering. Senator Snow referred to Metatech as money laundering company. And I listened to the Minister of Commerce, my own friend and brother, you know, saying that they want to get rid of CTN. And both the Director General of the National Port Authority and that of LRA saying that Liberia can now move forward. The government of Liberia can now function without CTN. In fact, we understood that the Minister of Commerce had recommended to the President to get rid of the CTN and replace it with METEC without the acquiescence of the National Port Authority, that is the agency representing the government at the National Port Authority. And we were also informed that the Senate floor is divided on county line, on party line as well. Also, based on the ambitions for 2029. Every action you see on the Senate floor are driven by people's ambition, financial inducement, country solidarity, and party affiliations. Nothing for Liberia. And as always, our people say fish can get rotten from the hair. Joseph Boagai became president because of few things. His age, people feel he was the oldest. His experience, people feel like he's been in government forever. And also with the mindset that Joseph Boakai is coming to rescue the country. Up to today, I saw some new appointments. 6 months later, Joseph Boakai still forming his government. So if you ask me, what are the options for Liberia? Liberia needs not just a politician. Liberia needs a leader, a pragmatic leader, a hands-on leader, a go-getter, someone who is ready with the requisite knowledge, with the ability and energy to work, and someone who can lead the country. Not someone that is a laissez-faire leader, someone who can lead from the back, someone who outsources his responsibility to others. If Liberian people thought that Yomli Kanga Lawrence was a presidential material at the time Joseph Boakai was elected, they were going to say that Yomli run for president. They were going to vote for Yomli. If they believed then that Darrell Dillon was the material for president, the Liberian people were going to ask for Dillon to run for president. Similarly, Prince Moi and other corrupt-minded and unscrupulous elements are continuing to destroy our country through corruption and mismanagement. With regards to the fund, the money that was allegedly lavished, in Grand Bassa, I'm not going to speak to that too much because I don't know, I don't have no data, I have no information. As SKTV, we don't speculate on falsehood. Anything we say, we got something to prove it. I don't have it. Maybe Steve has some kind of information. Maybe Melbourne has it, or Brazilian Monk or Seco. But whatever the case is, I'm not going to speak to the issue in Grand Bassa County. Even if we were to speak about Grand Bassa County, Steve, whatever happened in Grand Bassa County is like a chicken change. It's like a drop in the ocean compared to $22 million they just squander and say we forgive you. Whatever happened in Grand Bassa County, even if it is true, it's nothing compared to $19.5 million that is here that is unaccounted for. So Liberia was given to a bunch of vampire, money eaters, bunch of self-centered people that care less about the well-being of the people in the country. So the kind of leader Liberia needs, if you ask me, the options for Liberia is to go beyond politicians and political actors and worry about the future of the country and think as to who can fix this country. I'm not sure if we have seen that leader yet. I'm not sure if that leader is born yet, or maybe they are there, we're not giving them the chance, but I think we should be looking for a pragmatic leader with vision, and someone who loves Liberia and the people of Liberia. Somebody who got sympathy and empathy for the people of Liberia. Someone who can empathize with the Liberian people, Steve. Many of us confuse the words sympathy and empathy. Sympathy is to feel for somebody. Empathy to feel their pain, to be with them. Somebody who can sit down and say, and look at Liberian people's situation and say, you know what? we don't deserve this. To go in with them, to feel their pain. But when you have a bunch of looters, criminals, white-collar criminals. I listened to something today. It was scary. Senators making allegations that the Minister of Commerce forming a conspiracy theory to get rid of CTN and replace it with Medtech for their own benefit. Senators making those allegations. It was also interesting and intriguing enough to have learned that Senator Darius Dillon, who just, insulted all the Liberian people, say that we are a bunch of stupid people, we are uneducated people. He doesn't even understand and know the difference between the CTN, I don't know how to call the other one, say. The process, the company name is CTN, the service they provided, the difference there was something that Daro Dino could not even understand. The GTMS. CTN is the company, meaning cargo tracking note. That's CTN. And then GTMS is global tracking and maritime solution. In fact, Steve, it will interest you to note that Liberia, every transaction, every shipment that enters the country from whichever location, the work that these people do, it has some national security implication. But for the senator to even be struggling, you are there, call people to question them. You should have done your due diligence. Understand the terminology, the meaning, and understanding of the acronym of these people that you are talking to. But for Senator Dillon to be struggling, NCTN and GTMC, that is same thing, on the Senate floor. That the guy who just call everybody, uneducated. He was on clear display of his own ignorance, telling people that we don't know anything. The Liberian people are a bunch of uneducated people, stupid people. But you now on the Senate floor displaying your stupidity as a senator. I think that was disgraceful. So if you ask me what kind of leader we're looking for, I don't know who's going to be that leader. I don't know whether that leader is born yet, or maybe that leader is in the country or outside of the country. But the kind of leader we need for Liberia, we need strong, hard-handed leader, a go-getter, a no-nonsense leader that is ready to uphold the Constitution and throw anybody in jail who involves in corruption.
Okay.
A standard that people should be afraid. The Jerry Rawlings, sort of standard. That's what Ghana is, what it is today.
Okay.
Somebody who is ready to put people in jail regardless of their condition or relationship.
Yeah, before I ask Milborn and Sekou to Sekou Kromano answer similar question, let me just piggyback on something you said or ask you this question, Mr. Kane, before you move further, please. Don't you believe this was deliberately done by Senator Darius Dillon, acting like he doesn't know these different things? What if he's in cahoot with these same guys, pretending like he don't know the same thing to deceive the people, making it look like their CTM and the other one are the same thing and there is no difference.
No, he doesn't know.
Okay, so you think he spoke out of ignorance?
He is ignorant, not spoke out of ignorance. Dylan knows nothing. Dylan just got big mouth. Dylan will go. Dylan, let me tell you something. Dylan got 3 major problems. He has temperament problem. And he doesn't know, he act like he knows everything. And he lies. He lies a lot. He's fake. And he is an angry, very ungrateful human being. That's why Dylan can't even stand for much for anything. He's done. If Dylan will get any other position in government without appointment, maybe you gotta go to Grand Basso or anywhere else. But Monserrado, he can't, because he's a liar, he's an ingrate, he's temperamental, and he's fake. He lies about everything. He's a pretender.
Okay. All right. We'll come back. We'll revisit that conversation because it's very interesting. I'm not sure. Sheku Kuma seemed to be, his internet seemed to be buffing there. Melbourne, quickly.
Well, thank you.
What is our option? What is the option of Liberia?
Yes, good. I don't like the way Seku responded, but let me just add up to Seku on a very serious note. That for me, since 2006, or if I just since 2005, people always say, "Oh, we need good leader." Let me tell you, the first most educated, and I don't know how to even describe her, was former President Salif. And former President Salif came on board with all of the qualifications that you think about on this earth, with all of the records of qualification, of contacts, and everything. And when she came, she brought on board some of our brothers and sisters from that side who were devoted or masters, who were doctors. Some of them were sold for 2006 up to 2011. But yet still Liberia is still backward. So for me, I think democracy is not helping us. Let me be frank. So if you ask me that you are doing now, if I have my own will, I think it'd be better just get a country to some dictator for another 15 years or 20 years that will carry us and see how best that we can put things in place and suspend all of the I don't even know how to even describe it that we're thinking about branch of government, the other branch of government. No, we're not going anywhere, Steve. Whether we like it or not. Even if you remove Joseph Boakai today, you bring in another leader. That's the system that's been set up. So that system will, until you can break into that system, then Liberia survive. But other than that, we will continue to be singing the same song over and over. So thank you for me. I only want somebody that will rule the country for 10 or 15 years and suspend every other thing that we're holding on, that we call constitution, the other one, and the other one so far. That's the only way that Liberia get breathing space. Other than that, we'll continue to be into the wilderness.
Okay, thank you, Melbourne. Quickly, before we move on to the next thing, let me say this. I don't think we need a dictator. I don't think so. I don't think we need an authoritarian figure. I don't think so. I think and I believe we need a serious-minded leader who is willing, ready, who has never been part of anything of this group of people in Liberia. The reason why I believe it is difficult, you know what, let me allow Seku Kurma, I know you went off. It was your turn to speak, so let me be respectful of your time here. So go ahead, please. What say you? What is our hope? Considering the two most immediate leaders that we've elected after the 12-year President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, in terms of leadership, we elected both of them on Joseph Boakai on sympathy. The men are run, give it to him, on lies, on false promises, falsehoods. We elected President George Weah on popularity, on, the ball got the country at heart. Those stupid statements. We elected President George Weah on lies, deception, that he was worth 80 million. When Nana Chu, he was still taking money from the Senate and taking money from Ellen Johnson, say leave them on a call while they went and did protests. All the criminal behaviors and actions. So lies. Same thing with Joseph Boakai, they lie. They just lie about everything. Today, here we are. In less than 6 months. What say you? What are our options in terms of leadership?
All right. Thank you very much, Steve. Once again, I'd like to say good evening to Liberians, good evening to viewers across the globe. It's a wonderful time to be here with you again. I still believe we got hope. I will start to descend if this government in 1 year doesn't deliver what I expect. More precise, if we are only depending on the legislature, I do believe that the legislature, every election time, there are people who are old politicians, old wines. They're just living from one government to the other, but with the same idea. The Yombling Kanga Lawrence worked in the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration. Yombling worked in George Weah administration, and now she's there with Joseph Boakai. What better change you expect from DeLong? All along, DeLong has been the light, the self-proclaimed light, as people call him, or they've been calling him. DeLong got there. Most of the things DeLong said he was not going to do as a senator, he embraced everything, and today he only acts like he's tough in that particular building. But go and check. DeLong is not tough for the Liberian people. Instead, actually being tough for his political, dividend, what he's going to get. So what do you expect from these people? Go and check, my brothers. You have all the old people from government to government, from the 53rd, 54th, now you in the 55th. Check them. Most of the people who are now occupying big positions inside there, go and check them. They are all old hands. Then we come to the country level. The people who still fighting to become president in this country, and people who probably maybe have not worked in government before but have other experiences that they will bring to the table and benefit this country. Up to now, people are still looking at them not to be fit for position, because every time they tell them you are new, you are new. So they're still looking at old people. Now, what better change do you expect for these people to bring to the table? Every single person will keep guiding, protecting their own political interests, and so on and so on. So if God help us, I always call God's name, because look, this is it. Men cannot help. Sometimes if you call God in, there's a saying that says, if some man not died, I listened to one music, it was done by it was done by Amesi Boakari from Sierra Leone. He said, if some man not die, this country not do better. Meaning, if some people will not die natural death for them to leave the political space, you will find out that they will manipulate the political space of this country, and people who actually supposed to take over and do things for this country will not take over until go into
So, Sekou, from what I'm hearing from you, Joseph Parker will still do well. But you'll wait for 1 year before you can criticize him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. When
Okay,
they
so
year
all-
end,
so all the other- So all the other thing that what they're doing now, or whatever it is okay, and let's just wait after 1 year, then we can.
Oh no, Joseph Boakai and his team, they are making a lot of mistakes. But the last time I said this, and I'm repeating it,
You said they're making mistakes?
they are.
Or they are stealing and being corrupt. Which one?
They are making mistakes.
Okay. So you want to say Joe, we have made mistakes for 12 years. The stealing and the corruption were all mistakes. That's what you're saying.
Brother, Joe Walker and his team, they are making a lot of mistakes that need to be corrected. If they start correcting those mistakes and getting to realize that we are not here for ourselves, instead we are here for the Liberian people, then the country come back to normality. Until that happens, we are still under some kind of serious trouble. But I do believe, I always say this, I do believe that Joe Walker will change some dynamism in his administration. But if that doesn't, then it's not going to be good for our country.
So let me get this before I move on to Sekou Kane. I just want to get this clear and get you on record, because you are saying, so the 22 million that has not been accounted for, that mistake.
The 20 millions that we use, I'm not speaking for the government, but in most instances, when people use money in emergency cases to meet up with their lines, you find out some crazy things happening there. They were wrong for they not giving report on how the 22 million was used. But guess what? The board of directors, the fathers for Liberia, they sat down there and they said, we forgive you. They should have called these people to caution and say, you didn't do well. The people in there who are the senators, the representatives, they are the voices of the Liberian people. That's why we call them representatives. They said there, they did not bring these people to caution. Then they say, we forgive you. Now, are we going to Joseph Boakai? We say you are the only person or the executive that made a mistake. What about the people who told them, say, we forgive you? They are in the mess. They all put it into serious jeopardy.
Thank you, Sekou. I just wanted to clarify that part, and I really wanted to hear from you. I don't want to be jumping around to the Senate or whatever it is. I just wanted to hear from you. From all indication, everything they're doing is a mistake. That's okay. Where the Liberian people are here, they will be able to judge that statement. That is very, very okay. My own view, I believe the first criteria in electing our president or our leader should be based on track record, their achievements, which will be part of the track record. If we want anything serious, if we want anything such as accountability, it should be somebody who has no take or no stake in the government, that never worked in the government with any funny record. It has to be somebody clear of the government. Because if you bring somebody else that been in the government, they will not go after the next person because they know that the same thing, kuku jumuku. It's like you telling President John we had to go and prosecute Ellen when he was senator in Ellen government. You telling Joseph, I used to see some of these, that's why they call themselves Son of Swan, and I agree with them for choo. You got to get a mud brain to think that Joseph Boakai will order Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Something got to be absolutely wrong with you to think that way. It's like telling Joseph Boakai himself, say, go order yourself. He worked as 12 years vice president. But not only that, he was the champion in the Senate. In fact, Pratt Brown Brew told the Liberian people that they were distributing money in the Senate. Pratt Brown Brew said there's a recording of it. And she spoke of Boakai directly. So, I mean, with all of these things, when the Pateka, he will hold the people accountable, and he will hold Joria there, and he will go after Samatua there, and the whole CTN deal, he will change it, and the Pate will set the country on path or whatever it is. Just how your mind is clouded with criminality. That is seen. You can't see clear when we tell you that you get very well. Because it takes a criminal to even think that way. You really think Joseph Boakai got interest in the rule of law? You think so? You really think so? You really think so? The man who can declare your own asset, even if that 25 cents, so we can know 25 cents there. Even if that 0 balance, then we know it. Even if that minus is in red, Let we know it. For transparency and accountability, you can't do that. You tell me, say, that man will hold other people accountable. And you say, go sitting on the show, telling me, say, we might get Joseph Boga 1 year. Before you get Joseph Boga 1 year, maybe you got now Papa his face. Because you see lately, you see how the Papa looking in shape. So when we're saying this thing, we are saying it from the beginning. And our issue here is to flag the issue. And if you come and you won't be playing, the Senate and they want, and that one, we're no problem with leader. The Liberian people will listen to you. The Liberian people probably can listen. So there's a kind of let move on. Me ask you the other question, because amidst everything that's going on, it seemed like there are political moves. Yesterday, Yaga hinted on possible political party. Today, Joel Howard Taylor is writing a letter, an open communication, former vice president. She was just complaining that she didn't get security. She is saying that she believes that the next election, 2029, will be between Unity Party and CDC. And so the decision for her party to leave the CDC right now, she believes that it was premature. It was not well calculated. And she wants new leadership when they go to convention so that they can choose which one of the parties to go to, especially them being in the opposition, which presupposes that they will be more skilled towards the CDC. We are thinking and looking forward to what are our options. My question to you is, do you think this will ever get better? Because the guys in the Senate seem to be putting themselves together to come back to take leadership. What is the Yomli Kanga Lawrence? What is the Sir Joseph? What is the Jeremiah Kuhn? What is the Thomas Fala? What is the current speaker, Fanatic Kofa? All of them are in the presidency. All of them. Whether they say it open or not, but the moves suggest and presupposes those things. What say you? You're muted.
First of all,
I know.
The idea of all of them wanting to be president, that's not the case. Most of them pretending to want to be president so they can be considered for vice presidency. There are names that are eyeing the presidency. People who are seriously looking at presidency. There are 3 people. Fanatic Kofa, Sir Joseph, and Jeremiah Kuhn. All the other ones that you hear in their name, they're trying to make sure to show their strength, they show their political willpower, to show they have leverage, they have control, so that anybody can consider them for the vice presidency. Let me tell you, whether it's Nyomble, whether it's Prince Moi, whether it's Edwin Snow, they all are in vice presidency. Edwin Snow was thinking about presidency, believing that time that George Weah was going to win the election. That was the reason why he endorsed George Weah, believing that George Weah was going to win the election and George Weah was going to help him 2029 to make him president. But that hope went down the drain when George Weah lost the election. So for Snow, all the fight, being combative, doing everything he's doing right now, grandstanding and all the nonsense Snow is doing, Snow trying to project himself as a possible VP candidate. Nyomble is doing the same thing. Nyomble knows she can be president, at least not now. she's preparing herself to be the viable candidate for vice presidency, so that anybody who become, major contender can look her direction to be vice president, maybe president in the future. Fonate Kofa, the reason why they are behind Fonate Kofa, they want to destroy Fonate Kofa because they know Fonate Kofa got the southeast under control. Fonate Kofa could win the southeast. And most of Moravia could be a fight. And based on who you're going to choose to be his vice president will determine where Nimba or Lofa and Bonkate, how they will vote. You understand? Fonate Kofa knows exactly what he did to become the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Fonate Kofa is a very good politician. Smart. Very smart politician. Thomas Fala is now looking for any of those things. Thomas Fala won't be the Speaker of the House of Representatives 2029. I'm just telling you exactly what's going on behind the scene. That's what Thomas Fala wants. Thomas Fala don't want vice president or not president. He wants to be the Speaker. Thomas Fala believes that you make more money in the House of Representatives more than the presidency, because that's how he got rich. He was the chairman of Ways and Means Committee. So, in short, the Senate now is divided. Amora Kone was thinking both ways, presidency or vice presidency. And his colleagues, Dillon, Nyombli, and other guys in the Senate, they're trying to put a blockade on that, on his ambition to be anything, whether vice president or presidential candidate. And the Unity Party does not want to see Jeremiah Kun as president after Boakai. So the fight is so confusing. It is a complex situation that they themselves, they don't even know how it's going to end. And I can guarantee you, in the next 4 years, leading to 2029, there will be a lot of political maneuvering. And if care is not taken, some people will die. In Liberia, they fight each other nowadays with voodoo, with poison. And I know exactly what I'm telling you. Don't sit there laughing with each other. The hate in the heart is too much for power. I'm not going to call names. I'm not going to tell you what this person told me, but I know exactly what they are talking behind the scene. In fact, if Nyombli does not be careful, they could remove her from this position of pro-tem before 2029. There's a conversation. There's a plan, but she doesn't know. I'm just saying it in public so she will know. The same way they are working to remove Fonate Kofa, the others are planning to remove Nyombli Kanga Lawrence. Just watch and see. You will see a lot of allegations. You will see a lot of accusation, allegation, financial mismanagement, allegation, corruption. And guess what? Guess what? It's getting ugly and uglier. The United States of America will soon come down to participate in the process. Some people will be sanctioned. More senators will be sanctioned for corruption. So the Senate is divided. Let me conclude this, Steve. Senate is divided. Who to support who? They are blocked. As a matter of fact, there will be a lot of betrayal, especially from the CDC side. I can tell you 100% that the CDC will be together for the time being. But 2029, CDC will be heavily divided. CDC already been destroyed by themselves, by seditions. I'm not talking about the followers. I'm not talking about the muya people there. I'm talking about the leadership of CDC. CDC being destroyed. Even if, let me tell you this, even if George Weah decides to run for president, it will not help the CDC. CDC will not go to support George Weah holistically. It will be a divided party. I can tell you that 100%. I know. So I just want to put that out there, Steve.
Thank you. Let's welcome Monk. I'm gonna Monk was on, but he had to go.
Yeah, for a minute.
Monk, when you come back, we'll definitely. Sheku, come on. Let's give you a minute or two here. Go ahead, please.
You see, Sekou analysis, most times, I just like sitting and listening to him. The analysis he gave, they actually uncles. The three names he called, I was looking at the Mandingo brother, the Mandingo Senator Amara Kone, of having some political ambition of becoming a president. I heard that from people, from some insiders who spoke that to me. In fact, one of the reasons why the former chairman left the CDC to have his own organization today called STEM. And in the near future, we come to realize that Amara and Molu will be partners, or Molu will form a group to support Amara in his quest of becoming a president. If there is a change, or there has been a change, then Sekou just mentioned that with the names that he just called. But Amara was also thinking about it, Amara Kone. And that's why Amara is very much critical right now on the Unity Party government. Amara is putting a lot of things out. For every step that the United Party, misstep that the United Party takes right now, Amara is pushing it out to let the people know that even though he was part of the rescue mission, but he's not in line with them with those missteps that they are taking. Okay. Look, let me quickly say this, and I want anybody to have me on record for that. 2029, Joseph Boakai is not thinking about going back. I'm not too sure. But 2029 should be a year for every single Liberian to understand that people who have not participated in government in this country, work in government in this country, should be looked at people who should take the leadership, the mantle of authority in this country as president. Because if you take Sir Joseph and make Sir Joseph president, what change have you gotten in this country? If you went for Yombli Kanga, what change have you brought to this country? If you went for any of the senators that you have now or representatives to just choose among them and say, let's go, what change have you brought? Because as representatives and senators who are thinking in this direction to become president, they should be a pathway maker for Liberians to follow. What change are they bringing, my brothers? So for them to even be thinking about it, for them to even be thinking about this kind of thing right now, that, oh yeah, they're president thinking of becoming president, they're president thinking of becoming president. We keep suffering in this country. We keep suffering in the country. Let us, I shouldn't say them, let us look for somebody who have never worked in any of the section, whether representative, senator, or on any of these president that we have. Let that person come and say, yeah. And Liberians should be wise enough to say, let's take this person. Let's try this person out of government. If we didn't do it, we'll be on the radio that day and we'll be talking who did that the other person not do something. Because like Steve said previously, if that person make a decision on any of these senators, they got no working relationship with them. You got no zia little way or zia little way or secret that when the person want to put you out, you'll be able to expose that person. You need a fresh brain, somebody too clean to come in the system to take over, not the same old ones to put them in new bottles.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Monk, let's welcome Monk. What is your take? I know you've been following. Unfortunately, we had to smoke you out of your busy schedule today to get your contribution. I say I will not leave you. I will make sure you can't tell the people thank you.
Let me Steve, let me comment in the next 3 minutes. I'm still on the show. Let me just answer this call and then I will call you back. I will be back. I will highlight it.
Most definitely so. Most definitely. Yeah. So Monk will be back and he will comment in the next few minutes. So you know, Melbourne, what say you? It not easy.
When you going to start taking calls? Because I let for people to take call, then we can still be on the radio and respond to them. But
yeah.
Last minute to take calls, so time, you know, we can move call and then we can respond to them while they're listening.
True. Let's hear from Melbourne for maybe a second or two.
So that's a good recommendation. Thank you thank you to us. Yes, indeed, I just listened to all of you on your view. But I think if you ask me, like you are doing now, I would think that we are not doing justice to the Liberian people, especially maybe we from the media, right? Look, let me tell you, Liberian people just come from voting, and they voted for 6 years. They haven't even enjoyed one tear of the year that, or those years that they even voted for. So right now, for all the stuff putting them, if I were making some of these people happy, like, hey, this person will be presidential candidate, this one for me. If you ask me, like you, or maybe like you're doing, Steve, I don't think, look, I'm not going to give the people credit. Focus on the first 6 years the Liberian people gave to you, period. And forget about 2029. Why you worry about 2029? So that Liberian people, they are only here to be voting? No. So, for me, I'm not here for that.
Thank you. Yeah, let's hear from Monk. Monk, really quick, before we take calls. Where's your story? What's going on?
Man, I'm doing okay. I was constrained to call. I just listened to Sekou. I've been following the show, even though I'm not in a position to participate today. But like, you know what? I need to call. Let me tell you something, Steve, and the rest of the panelists over there. I heard Shehu talking about what change will you get if you bring a Nyombli Kanga or Sad Joseph. The very question Sekou was asking, it was the very reason that Joseph Boaga wasn't an option. Joseph Boaga is not an end. Joseph Boaga was a means to an end. The cartel that want to keep Liberia in a desperate state, the people, they knew why they brought Joseph Boaga. They knew that the country would not do better under Joseph Boaga. But guess what? Joseph Boaga was the perfect platform that they could build upon for 2029. That was the reason they supported Joseph Boaga. The Molu of the wars and all the people that are crying, they knew exactly where they were walking into. Joseph Boaga served the very administration that ushered in the Weir administration. Boaga served in the administration for 12 years. Whether it was the CPP, we all knew when it comes to leadership, the attribute of a leader. We saw it from Joseph Boaga. I don't need the president to determine who Joseph Boaga is. I know Joseph Boaga been having a job in government, but there's a difference between having a job and being a leader. Leadership is a whole different thing, and he doesn't show I can't even make the case that he even meet the basic condition for that. And we're seeing that there's the worst start in the history of Liberia in my lifetime that I know. He was talking about misstep, a couple of months ago they were talking about how they were going to streamline the government payroll, how they were going to use the how they call it the CSA, how they had different module of employees, how CDC were overstuffing the government payroll, bloating the government with their partisan. But guess what? United Party today were accused of the same thing. That the United Party or chairman recommended 13 individuals to the central bank. He put the central bank governor under the pressure to hire his partisan. He sent 43 other people to the LPRC and forced them to put it on their payroll. So the whole idea that Joseph Braga was an option, that's what I'm saying. They play both for 2029. Take Joseph Braga out of the picture. Attack the very people that brought Joseph Braga to power, this so-called rescue train, whether it was the Delon, whether it was the Nyombli Kanga, whether it was the, how they call it, the Prince Moy. These are the people that don't mean well for Liberia. Look, if Delon or Nyombli Kanga were building an organization to last or a business, they wouldn't have hired Joseph Braga to be the CEO. But guess what? Joseph Braga was I will call it the proxy for their 2029 ambition. Even the American are on camera crying. They knew exactly what they were doing. It's all about their ambition. That's why I said yesterday, I said, bro, if you live in a country where the average person lives on less than $2 a day, one of the most impoverished countries on the planet, and you have access to unlimited amount of money at the expense of taxpayer, why would you want to change that kind of a system? They want to keep Liberia going that way, whether it's the next 10 years, because at the end of the day, they are the one benefiting the most. You just talk about 22 million in the whole so-called rehabilitation of roads. We all know that money gone is a breeze. It was a scam. They stole that money. We all knew that the whole issue of asset recovery. We all knew it was a scam. We told Joseph Parker, if you claim to be in government for decades, you know what it takes to recover stolen asset. When you talk about money laundering, you talk about across the board, all these things are there. So I don't think it would be logical for any political leader to waste their breath on Joseph Parker. Even though some people are saying he will be there for the next 12 years, I know he won't be there. So attacking Joseph Braga is a waste of time. It's a waste of resources. It was predictable, and you've seen it now. What you should concentrate on the most is the crew, the contingent, that criminal cartel that brought Joseph Braga to power under the guy that he had the most experience, that he was a lot. That's where you want to focus your attention. So that's why I called to say that's my own contribution for the show today, but I'm following from here. I will keep watching. Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yeah, we always our time will go straight to the lines. I think it's a very good strategy or recommendation from Sekou. I think we should go to the lines and hear from our people. Let's get some reactions on who or what they believe our next leadership should look like. Because at the end of the day, we're already in the water. We just got to swim to survive, or we ensure that we remove this noise, as soon as possible. But truly speaking, we got to look into the next leadership now. We have to now. If we want to make progress, then we have to start thinking and considering who we want to vote for or who we want to support for the next leadership. Anything outside of that, we make hasty and beg or rare decision. Beg or rare, I go where hand pump decision. Why don't I go to the line real quick?
Okay, I'm getting the phone set up for that already.
Thank you, Sekou.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we don't want to make no beg or rare hand pump decision. I go where decision.
Our country being in serious thing. All right, folks. If you want to be a part of the program this evening, you put your calls on 0881 1435 0407 105, and let's hear you this evening. 0776 105 105 0881 1435 04 0881 1435 04, and then we hear you and put you through the lines this evening. What's going on here? Yeah, Steve, just give me 1 minute.
So while Sekou is doing that, let me just say this. the fact that, or the myth that Liberian people should wait for 6 years to make their decision on their leadership and including the presidency is a myth. It's not a fact. Under the Liberian Constitution, Liberian people got the right to change their government, to change their president, to change any position at any time if they want to.
Okay, we got a call on the line. Hello?
Shaku?
Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Louis Pony, and I speak from Bushwa Island. I want to thank the panelists. I like the analysis projecting 2029.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a good discussion. But the last time Monk and myself had similar discussion and we differ. And I said something to Monk. Today, Nigeria has gone 25 years, and there have been two parties that have been dominant. You go to Sierra Leone, the APC and the SLPP. It's pretty close to 20 to 25 years again.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Ghana, the MPP and the NDC is around pretty close to 25 to 30 years. You come to Liberia, C and the Unity Party is approximately 20 years from 2025 to current.
Mm-hmm.
They are both showing a strength at the parliament and the presidency.
I think Barack Obama, we're not in 2025 yet.
Has to go to the CDC. When I say people don't like to hear it, I'm not fond of the CDC or the Unity Party, but if you look at the region, it's almost like country are metamorphosifying into two-party dominance. So even if Jesus Christ come or Prophet Muhammad with his brilliant idea, which he could make some change, he has to transcend to one of these parties and bring in his doctrine, his philosophy, and his vision to bring that change.
Thank you.
To formulate a new party that will come and excel is almost difficult because all these countries, if you follow 20 years, almost 30 years, it's a two-party that brings some of the best mind in the country. They bring some of the best mind out of the country that will ascend to the power and bring the change. For a new party to topple this two-party, it's almost all in the region here.
Thank you.
So one of our best mind have to progress to this party and make the change for our people. It almost like the U.S. The
Thank you,
Democrat
Chief. Thank
and the
you.
Republic.
Thank you. We can keep you on the line. We can keep you on the line. Hello?
Yeah, evening.
Your name, where you calling from?
This is when we are called for Grand Master, compound number 3.
Welcome. Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, I think I listened to you people conversation, and those guys spoke actively to our people.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we are being rescued from the unity government by the 22 million that were given for road construction, and then by the 13K that was just given to the senators.
Mm-hmm.
People who killed the rescue of the 13K given to senators, you calculate these clinic and hospital don't have drugs, and senators are dividing 13K each person. So I think is trying for the Liberian people. U.S. rate going up. I think they are doing well. So
the rescue, Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Charles Akwai, and I call from Kingsville.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
My contribution is that every Liberian is almost like a checker player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the spectator now know when they are not on the board. When they're not on the board, they know the checker game. They can see all of the majority.
Okay.
But as soon as you put them on the board and they turn blind, I'm sure all of those who are talking now, even on your station, there are people who talk like that before. They are journalists now who are in the House of Senate.
Mm-hmm.
They used to say all of the things, but they get there now. It's a different ball game altogether.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. I think it's only call with Lagos because I'm sure that all of you horrible men who are talking on our radio, if you get into government, I don't know whether you make any difference. There are people who are in there and they say all of the Google thing when they gather, it's a different ball game altogether. So it's just good. I mean, let's continue to talk, but we can now be sure that any of you who talking when you get there, you'll make any difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Take another one. Hello.
Hello.
Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Sheldon David Akwebo Magiri.
Welcome, Shedra. Let's hear you.
My brother, thank you very much for the topic discussion. Let me say this. Liberia is just Liberia. These people that say the king of rescue or they become the more criminal people or the other person. How can a senator just go from the street and share 30,000 each person? What is going on? You sure you kill rescue people or you kill a sea? But we're waiting for them. And one thing I know that one for me, I want to tell you, the Bible says, "What's the world man sow, so shall he reap." Anything they sow for this country to get for the family and get people to someone like this, God will pay for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's take this pricing. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening.
Your name, where you calling from?
Yeah. I'm Wellington Focal. I call from Cooper County Committee.
Wellington, next time when you're calling, you please call on a number that will be identified. Don't call on private
okay.
number, yeah?
Okay. I just okay. Well, Wellington, once again, I want to say I want to greet the panelists, Sekou and Steve, along with the other panelists. My contribution on the show tonight is that the thing about this, the previous caller who called, I had the same argument with Monk also too. This country, the only solution now is to restrict this country to two-party system. The multiple party, when these parties, group themselves during election time, the other small party that will kind of join the other party when they get to government, you start seeing different ideology. So, if we restrict this country to two-party system, go by the, if one party wins, and go by the party ideology. That means those are in our parties, they know how to go by the platform. But there are so many small parties. The other party, the SYC party, at the end of the day, when the government wins, you have to have government, you're having a government inclusion, or those are even from the alliance. They all have their agenda. They want to execute the agenda. They want to be in the system and carry on their party agenda, which is not related to the party winning. So there are a lot of problems we have in this country.
Thank you.
Restrict the country to the two-party system.
Thank you for your concern. Let's take this pricing. Hello. Good evening. Your name, where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Lady P from Chickens with Fat with Memory Responding Defense. And let me say, happy belated birthday to Steve. And let me say what's up to neighbor. Let me just tell you something. Look, anything you do, I will listen to some people. For me, I even let to discuss 2029. And it can help me to see our people in actual property. No. As I'm speaking to the people, go to bed with hunger. Yeah, people get discussing about 2029. They forget about you, maybe Lauren Kanga, Dawa, Joseph, the rest of the people. I can tell you, my brother, the moment we get in 2029, you hear the story different. The only way for me I see the new generation will come in until maybe person where they move for the picture. But now, so a person where is stay in the picture. When you see the get 3% where 2029, I'll be honest, you grandfather. Let's take a typical example. If you look at the 3% where in grandfather there, no. Even in most of the put the 3% where. Look at the market they go down. So until people move from the picture, we can start talking about maybe the young people there that will be coming over. For now, I can tell you, it will be a very, very difficult thing to see the idea for the next generation. Or 10% where they move. Now, Joseph Baga will not be in the picture again, no more.
Thank you.
I think they will be focused on 2029.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Good evening.
You're calling from?
Thank you, Chief. This is Pastor Davis from District 6. Let me say thank all of the panelists. We ready depending on you guys to help move this country forward. Somebody said, even if opportunity is given you people, you wouldn't make difference. This is the mentality of a real Liberian. So he spoke that for real. He's not wrong. You don't get mad with him. This is the typical Liberian behavior. This is how they think. This is the man they got. That's why even during the election, they said, Mr. Cummings, what new? We told them, if you want Georgia, like some of us suppose, make a choice between Georgia and Cummings. They said no, they know he knew. So, because they used to suffering. They love people who can suffer this. But it's the only country that is afraid of rain. When one is shooting the run there. When there's a fire disaster there. So we have different kind of people in the country. Look, they think about this whole thing is the government actually came to loot this country. Are you aware? People are saying that the Ministry of Commerce is angry. Not just the minister. The National Port Authority has taken one side of the company. Why the Commerce Minister has taken one side of the company? Somebody say we don't want CTM. The another man say we want GTM. So Mr. Boyka and his cartel actually came to destroy the country. You know, when we tell people,
thank you, Chief. Thank you.
They're so mad.
Thank
These
you.
are a bunch of criminals who came to loot this country. And they're right.
Thank you. Let's take another pricing. Hello.
Hello, sir.
My name is Alvin Reese, and I'm calling from Grand Bassa.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, brother. Thank you so much for everything you are saying. It's either there is truth, and I pray that God will help speak the truth always. You shouldn't get tired. Because my brother, when a man cannot take care of his own home, how can he take care of the house of God? It got to do with Senator Lauren the Protein. Even if they're saying that they want about 50 signatures for Grand Battle or 1,000 signatures for Grand Battle, that they will more be removed from the presidency. My brother, I will be the captain chair for that.
Wow.
Because my brother, we from the Liberty Party arena, we fought today. We went through the revolution and were not successful. And today to see the protest appointing different people, they can't even take people from the Liberty Party bill to even elevate them, my brother. They don't even deserve the protest here, my brother.
Thank you.
So thank you for everything, my brother. You continue your hard work, sir.
Thank you. Let's take this person to be our last lucky caller. Hello. Your name? Where you calling from?
You're speaking with Eddie Diaz Square, and I join you from beyond the party.
From Zueju, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sekou. You know, we the Liberian people that we see how things are going right now. You know, seeing is believing. For us, the way we were really expecting the present government to have operate, than the way they are operating. Check the fact that, you know, when they were in the opposition, every day protest, they won't land a deal. They won't land a deal. We expect now for everything to be branched and bottled. For contrary, we are observing mass treatment of humans. You know, for example, the protests that went on with the company or with our brothers, those people that are up to today, we don't know the justice that they were crying for, whether they care to do due diligence concerning what happened at that time. The next thing, can you imagine to create rules to pay just a rule, $24 million. Next year, by this time, we should expect another $24 million. At the end of the day, you know what they're doing is heading to people will just relax and then they will continue to delay that road. The fact that they are getting small money from that 24 million, they will delay that road. So what we are talking now is we begging this government, those things that you said you're bringing change for which you were protesting June 7, June 8, June that up to today. Now that you are there, let everything be solved. You don't expect people to be crying for better rent price again. You understand? You don't expect to be crying for justice because you were crying for justice yesterday. Today you are there. Your first protest for full protest, people died. What was the justice you were crying for yesterday? So we are asking the government to do a due diligence. People feel so good they will not go nowhere. Thank you very much. They feel already. They feel like people.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's put it right there and then send control over to Steve.
Well, we'll get reactions from all of from Sekou and quickly from Sheku who took the call. But let's start with Melbourne first. Melbourne, what's your reaction? 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much. So before I go, maybe I talk about my reactions. Let me just inform Sekou Kone that Amara Kone just posted on his Facebook page pertaining to the retreat in Bukana, Grand Bassa County. So I want you to go there now and see it. he said that
I just shared
it's
that.
not.
I've seen it. I was reading it while people were taking calls. And I even read some of the reaction under it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah. So indeed, yes. Steve, like I always say on the radio, as time go by, let me be frank. You don't got to tell Liberian people to go. They will decide. The only thing Liberian people want is the freedom for them to be able to exercise their own political right. So I notice a difficult. You're not going to look. People are even frustrated, but because they feel that they are one of the strong supporters, or maybe they can always say, "Oh, rescue children" or "rescue this." So some of them they are behind the same crime, but they will not come out to can tell you that now that, oh yes, in fact I'm disappointed. But as time go by, they will come up and tell you how they feel about their own government that they voted for. So indeed, it's just starting for me. This course will get more than that even before 2025 or before 2026. So that's why I keep saying I will not focus too much on who want to be, who not want to be, because the bread and butter issue right now is one of the major things that Liberian people are worrying about every day. So thank you.
Sekou Kroma, really quick. We'll get to Sekou Kane so we can do some reaction quickly.
Let's just go to Sekou Kane, please.
Yeah, Mr. Kane, what is your reaction from the callers before I give my 1 or 2 cents there quickly?
Yeah, so the callers, as always, they always speak their mind. But from the callers, you could tell how many of them are really outraged about what is going on in the country. How many of them are actually getting angry to say, you know what, this is not right. The few ones that we could sense some level of outrage is people from the CDC. Some of the names, some of the voices, we know them, are the ones that are actually showing some resentment about the way the country is being managed by Joseph Parker. The ones then that are actually saying some good things, they just agree with you and myself, telling you to let continue to do the good thing. I mean, what we're doing is okay. Let me tell you, Steve, Liberians are not ready yet. Majority of Liberians are not ready yet, and majority of Liberians have given up on Liberia, and because of that, the few that cares, they are controlled, managed by the political cartels. So we're going to be in this situation forever until God's appointed time. There's no hope for Liberia to change until Liberians themselves suffer enough. When I say suffer real suffering, to the extent where they themselves will get up and vote for somebody based on the future of their country and themselves and their livelihood, but not to vote based on anger, based on making somebody first, based on political, belonging, political party. Even those that are calling right now, saying that we are not doing the right thing, we are doing this, we are doing that. They're not even looking at the country. They're looking at us, or people who never supported Joseph Boakai. So because of that, anything we say, even we are saying the truth about themselves, they care less about that. All they care about, since they belong to that party, nothing bad should be said about the party. They don't look at the country, they look at the party. But I can tell you, Steve, Liberia, we have a long way to go. You, myself, Melbourne, Mong, everybody else, we will not get tired educating our people. The idea that it has to be two-party system, other than that, the high been looking in the country, blah, 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 is a lie. It's a laziness. The entire country, Joseph Boakai, people that voted to make Joseph Boakai president today is less than 1 million people. Well, it's less than 1 million people. We have a population over 5 million. Let's assume at least 3 million of those people at the minimum have reached the voting age. If only 1 million or less than 1 million people can decide to Joe Biden to be president, if 2 other million people decide to say, you know what, we want to change course, this is not what we want. Even if you put Joe Weah and Joseph Biden vote together, there's around 16 to 16 million people. What happened to the rest of the 3.5 million people? People need to be educated. Voter education is important. Politicians got to be stop. Let me tell you something. We are yet to see the politician that will change Liberia. You got to speak in the language they understand. You got to take the fight to them, and you got to go in the trenches and educate Liberian people and create new voters. Forget about all of these chicken brains. You got enough people. Look at Steve. Out of the 5 million people, less than 3 million people registered to vote. People have given up. They see no hope. They feel like nothing will change. So imagine 2.4 million people register. Out of that, about 2 million people voted. And out of that, less than 1 million people voted to make the decision. So if you can create more voter education, if you can reach out to the people in the hinterland, educate them house to house, door to door. Now we're not waiting for 2029. You start today from house to house in every county, in every city, town, and villages. Steve, you can create new voter. Do you know what those guys, they can leave Monrovia and go to the village and go and create voter for themselves? And the same idea or the same method they are using. If people in Monrovia, they are tired with them, they will go to some kind of district like Snow Day, like Thomas Falade. They will go to other villages, other areas. People there, they never knew that somebody could come there. Other than the Unity Party to come and win election in Foya, where Joseph Boakai is from, where Joseph Boakai's nephew was the representative. But there are a lot of people who don't vote, who have given up. So if you go there, you can create your own vote because there's a lot of people. The number is there. All you need to do is to awaken them, awaken their mind, educate them, tell them their value, tell them the importance of their vote, and invest in them. Not to give them money, go vote for me, but at least in projects. If you do that, your whole idea of two-party system is a myth. It does not exist. It's because politicians are lazy and they are not willing to go extra. I just want to make that clear. It's a myth and it does not exist.
Thank you. I just want to make this point. Maybe we can take 1 or 2 calls from the diaspora as well. I want to make this point quickly. I want to thank the callers for calling on and making their voices heard. It's important. It's a good thing. I want to piggyback on what Sekou said earlier, and that is this notion that the country got to settle for 2 parties. Not necessarily. And if the Liberian people think the only options for Liberia to move forward should be either the Unity Party or the CDC, then why they up kill people, fight people for multi-party democracy in Liberia? Why? Why do you fight the true we party? You fight the other people then? Why you brought us in the country for nothing? Why? Why? Why are they all of that? If you knew you wanted the thing to just be two-party system, then why you waste innocent blood? Why even the progressive even came about? Why? Why did these guys come about? That even exacerbated or brought about the war. Because that whole war Benin was not just restricted to tribal thing. It was also part of the fact that people wanted their voices heard. They wanted a Democratic Party. The second thing I want to say is this. Liberian people, you need to wake up. This idea that only God can change that country is a myth. It's not true. It's a lie. God not coming to save Liberia. Just stop this nonsense. God is not interested in that. God gave you senses to make decisions. You see your children suffering. You say you're suffering, you not get food to eat. You just put small meaning on your food to come and call so your voice can be heard. Then you say you're waiting for God? Okay, wait for God, no problem. You wait for God. I'm begging you, please wait for God. God leaving here, see what you're doing to come to that your disastrous country where you elect a bunch of criminals and crooks and bad actors that ain't God coming focus on. You're not get work to do. You're not serious. You're paying your money, pray God all day for God to change, bro. You're watching. If I had gotten worse, and you tell me that God come and change, let me say another thing again. Sekou says something, and the Constitution is clear. You have the power to change your government anytime you want. If you feel Joseph Boakai is not doing right, you can come in the street and you tell Joseph Boakai to step down. Enough is enough. If you feel Yombli Kanga Lauren are not doing well, you can come in the street, you can bring your children, and everybody can come in the street. You stop this foolishness. You don't got to wait for 6 years to suffer. You know what 6 years is? You know what 6 years is? The Constitution gave you the right to alter. You know what that word alter means? It means change. It not say you might wait voting time. It not say you might wait for 6 years. That's not what the Constitution says. If the people stealing, destroying your country, taking your resources, and laughing at you like Delon is doing, you get a right to come out and say they must calm down, they must step down. They will calm down. They got no other option. Even the army will be on your side. The police will be on your side. But if you sit on your hand and say, God must come, you're wasting your time. God ain't coming nowhere. God is not interested in stupid people. God is not interested in stupid decisions. And you keep justifying the foolish decision to say, oh, the only two-party system we get in the country, and over the past few years, the two-party system you've been having over the past 20 years, what did I do for you? Check your life. Check your life. And so we need to get serious. I'm just saying this. Whatever you want to do, are your business. But our role here is to come and point this thing out and tell her the truth. And tell her the truth. So let's stop this joke and this unrealistic thought that God will come and save Liberia. People die in Israel, in Gaza, there. God not go there, Liberia. God know Liberia address. You're not ready yet. You're not serious. The day you're ready, yo. The day you're ready, yo. The day you're ready, yo.
Who created Liberia? If God know the address, I'm going to create Liberia.
The free slave brought what they call Liberia. They need Liberia that God gave it to them. Let me hear story that God gave it to Liberia. That free slave. Some of the people who there, most of them got slavery in the first place. You still have somebody suffering. And he said, God, I can't save you. You ready? You serious? You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. If I Liberia get saved, what is it in Liberia? What is it? No. Why name Sekou? Why is Sekou right now?
I'll let her deal.
The best is 2-3-1.
Matia, why is Sekou? Sekou, that era code there. That phone number code there.
Okay.
Why is Sekou, Matia?
1,000. All the Sekou in the hotel, brother, 1,000.
But again, another player over there. Again, another player. What is Sekou that 1,000 too? So God will locate a player that structure and see what money in the United States. Sekou. God not get down for that foolishness we own in our country. The day we're ready. Look, the day we're ready to take action. The day we're ready to tell the government. Serious.
1,000 Liberia, 1,000 Morovia, 10 Liberia.
Yeah. Look, the day we're ready to 1,000. The day we're ready to say the senator. Look, the day we're ready to say the senator then, the representative, the president, the people in the chief justice not going nowhere. There will be no work. there will be nothing, and we come outside in the street, you can rest assured that the men will never in your life. That one
yeah, we got one zip code. So Steve, I think for me, we already hit the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
And the radio station people that have done their best for us. Unless you want to take few calls here.
Yeah, you can just take 2 or 3 calls and we can
if somebody want to call, you call now. We've already done that.
Yeah, we'll close when the radio station close.
When radio station go, then go home, we'll go home.
We also go home.
Yeah. So if you want to call, you can call. You're right. We are also going. We are also going home. If you want to call in right now, call in and participate. If not, I will give it 3 minutes. Nobody calls Steve, we can call your day. Yeah, we have 1,000 Liberia, Morovia. Oh my country. And let me tell you something. You know, it's so funny that those in Liberia there.
And so what's the meaning of that, sir?
1,000.
Yeah, do you understand? 1,000
Liberia.
What meaning of that?
There is zip code there, that the address. So that means all of you got one address in Liberia. When somebody does send something, you got to go pick up your own from the post office. That one, nobody get their thing delivered to them in Liberia. Because you don't got no zip code, no structure, nothing. Even Sorry, better than
I gotta call on you. What's your name? Where you calling from? Quickly. Caller, what's your name?
Good afternoon, Sekou and all the guys from Liberia, man. This is Abraham Conant.
Go ahead, Abraham.
Look, Steve Wallet, man, I don't know how Sekou managed to. I think I'm second to answer the question. Why you keep making it up? You say, what I go? You against shit. Steve, let me tell you this. You know, on a serious note, guys, I'm deeply disappointed to have a leadership in the country, especially at the legislative branch, to be so tone deaf to the plight of the citizenry. To even muster that courage and go sit in Grand Bassa County and get dished up money like that. On 32 people, because I think the Senate is 30, I think they are 32, right?
No, 30. There's going to be 30.
30. There are 30 senators. To dish out money like that and be so tone deaf. I mean, it's appalling. And then doing it in the face of destitute and hunger. And the country is entirely is completely and almost at a standstill. I mean, how can you be so irrational? And then the fact of the matter is that the executive branch of the government is the sparrow here in the country. As a president, you will not even sanction to even encourage them, because why? It has a negative reflection on your leadership. Because all of this money have been disbursed through the finance ministry. To allow such to happen at this time is mind-boggling, and nothing. The silence is definitely from the executive branch. It's troubling, and people need to be angry about this kind of thing, because that's been too deaf. So just imagine. Look at the very beginning that the money was being distributed. Look at the alternative from the people at the hospital. They're telling you that every little thing to the hospital over there needs to be paid for. And you're going to look in the face of the people, you're ready and distribute that money and come home and left the place, and then you're just going to their destination. Still is troubling, Sekou. And quite honestly, the Liberian needs to wake up to this kind of thing. They need to question this thing forcefully, not just to come on these calls and then walk away. People need some answers, guys. But let me not take all the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, Steve, I have two callers here. I have the first caller here, and I have Chairman Yato on the other line. So, before we take the next two calls, Senator Amarakone responded that they didn't spend $700,000; that they spent $50,000 for 2 days, and that speaks to the fact that the rescue train is in disarray. The rescue train is, the rescue train, the train has lost track, and right now it's like a boat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean that is shaking, or maybe, the Boeing 777 turbulence, in the middle of nowhere and fighting for emergency landing and nowhere to go. The pilot is blind and the passengers are crazy. Nobody knows what's going on. Joseph Boakai and the people in the government are hardly looking right now. They have a blind pilot. The airplane give up in the middle of nowhere, looking for emergency landing. They don't know where to go. So we're all in that plane. I will not go and save Liberia. Let me take this call.
No, go and get time for that.
But you're going to get time for them, then we'll finish. We're done.
That's good.
Okay. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 515, last 4 digit 3400.
Oh, yes. My name is Ahaju Kumar, calling from Minnesota.
Ahaju Kumar from Minnesota. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I want to say that since at the quarter of the middle of George Weah government and up to now, since the inception of this government, the public trust, both from the local government and the urban area, the decline in public trust is at the lowest in Liberian history. And I think it's incumbent on President Boakai to create trust and to encourage Liberians to trust the government. Democracy comes with people involvement. When people don't trust the system from the local level to the urban level, the decline in participation will increase. The protests and the lack of trust in government will kill the interest of Liberians involved into policies. So I think when you have to create trust in government, it has to be service delivery. The local system should trust that they're going to get paid on time. The local system should be empowered. The urban communities should have services that the local people will inspire to have. You cannot run government from the back. You can't run government on retreat. You can't run government on propaganda, on internet. Government is run through strategic planning. That's why educated people meant to be in important places. So some of us are support this government. I don't think the government is corrupt. I don't want to believe this government is corrupt. I don't want to believe this government is reckless. I want to say to you that the government is struggling. And I think a lot of people who are in government, especially at the executive level, like Molu said, there are a lot of incompetent people in government, and Boakai need to see reason to readjust his government and make sure that the public has trust. And without trust, there is no progress. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you. At least you are a good supporter who can stomach the courage to criticize your government, even though you said the government is not corrupt.
But if a competent man hire incompetent people, that means a competent man is competent.
Chairman Yato, you're live. You're live on SKTV, sir.
Why do they always make excuses for the man on the top?
Yeah.
What people say is that everything that goes on in Liberia, Joseph Boakai knows about it. But then he will blame everybody around him except Joseph Boakai. Look, Sekou, if your Christmas will be good, your Eve will be better. Because from an Eve, you will tell whether you have a good Christmas. When rescue nephew cried on TV, saying, I'm supporting Boakai because things are going to be different. And mind you, he got a record himself of leading the largest recast budget in the history of Liberia. Where he presided over the economy, he was the first to occupy the first two portfolios, planning and finance. And even to tell me Amal Connor would say that he goes to Canada with 50,000, we can't believe nothing he says. Because you know what? He says it best when he says, we gotta manage our expectation. So why do you expect more, Oman?
God does not send manna from heaven. God gave you talent, and you go to work, take that money and go buy bread with it. I don't know. Joseph Walker is responsible for what's going on. The vision is not clear. Look at the appointments from yesterday for the defense ministry. He says that I appoint these people. Oh, by the way, disregard everything I did in the last 3 months in the appointment. So if you can't even coordinate the appointments in the department, how will you institute policies on agriculture, on health? Look at Burkina Faso. The ball is not perfect, but from just the policies he instituted and his actions, you can say that Burkina Faso will be better than when he took over. So y'all make your excuses. We got 6 more years to make excuses. Joseph Walker ain't doing nothing. Joseph Walker came to power saying that he was the most experienced. He will hit the ground running. He didn't say the old car was parked in the garage and the engine up said, engine good, everything is ready. He just put me on the road. I will speed up. But he's now on the road, and we figure that the rat has eaten all of the wire. The tire is breaking down. Everything is broken from the car. Well, it was parked too long, maybe. But we're going to pray God. That's all we can do now, since we all believe in prayer. And maybe God will send somebody from heaven to solve our problem.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amayato. Let's go to Gwen here. Gwen will be the last.
We'll call it a day.
Gwen, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, you're live on SKTV. How you doing?
Hey, Sekou. This is Gwen.
Yeah.
Sekou, when George Weah took over, the CDC government, the seditions, they stay on the defensive until George Weah was kicked out. Let the Unity Party people continue. I see some of them writing, ANC versus got nothing to do with ANC. I tell people I could care less. Whether Mr. Community is president, Mr. Community don't feel me into nothing for me. We're talking about Liberia. We send things to Liberia. Me personally, me and my household, we send things to Liberia at least 4 times a year. I will send backstage some every shipment I send to Liberia. So that 4 or 5 barrels, cars, almost every year we send everything to Liberia. Then the government come, we talk about a CTN terminal deal. For Freetown, if Freetown will keep that company off, I mean, would I come and say that company will stay? What we really want, these people, the money now, the president taking to travel all around the world, he better take that money, he better he put it in the healthcare. Because every day you look on Facebook, every day you see people, young people, premature death, just dying. Then we put it on wish. Someone is dying from hypertension, emergency, the blood pressure too high. Someone is just stroking and dying because they keep blood pressure on control. They can't go to the hospital. You go to the hospital, your own family member can go to donate blood to you. No. It's better off just taking the money now they came to America when we start taking the money, they went way to South Korea where they lost with OKFM. He couldn't even articulate what the government got from there, or to tell us it was for experience, how the president was playing Scrabble, and it was so good and then he sat down the whole time he entire one way to tell us how the party is strong. Then seriously, is that the accomplishment? You take country money and go way over there at the accomplishment. When people can't eat hunger, take the all the country, then when you come, they're calling. We want 2-party system. The 2-party system dragging the country in the mud. That one, anybody, you stupid say you open your eye and see it. So let them do what they continue to do. We're waiting by the time the 2nd year in, 3rd year in, we'll see how the hunger will be striking. We know who is who. Let them continue to support the kind of bad behavior. Because the country, there's no way you can already see it that the train has been derailed. There's no way you already can see it. So the people then are here in America, like, when they need Joman Jala, because he has the same gonga, when people read, he will come here so that when people read, I don't know, he will come and start reading, tapa, honor them. Continue it. George, we explain better to you what happened to him. Sekou, thank you.
Thank you. So, Steve, I think we could call it a day.
Yeah, to make it easy, all the things when you're talking diplomatically or whatever, President Bola is incompetent and
Mr. Mawolo is calling. Mr. Mawolo, we are about to call a day right now, but your call coming through. We don't want to, let it go.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Listen, I wrote you something and I said, Liberian people are not ready. Yeah, thank you, everybody on the panel. If you listen to the callers, these people, regardless of what's going on in the country, they're more concerned about which one of their party can win, which one can lose, than being concerned of the damage that these people are doing to the future of their children. Somebody still talking about George Weah. They're still on George Weah for 6 years and all of your crime. And most of these people who call in and talking to them, you ask them they're working, they will tell you no.
Yeah.
And if these are the people you depending on to go vote and vote to do the right thing, you can keep on dreaming. It will not happen. Liberia is doomed. Liberia, as long as we depending on these kind of people with this kind of mindset, these people allow themselves to be brainwashed. They allow themselves to be brainwashed. When the people of the country aid the government to suppress them, they are not victims, they are accomplices.
Yep.
And when the good people of the country sit quietly, while the bad people roam the city and do bad, they are responsible for the demise of the country. These people sat down in Liberia and they didn't have no nerve, no balls, no guts to stand up and tell the world that all of these people are not good for this country and to join in the effort to make a man becoming them president in our country. They stand up by and say, oh, the people say, who people? These people that are calling? Is that what you're going to depend on? That was what we got. We need to shut up and enjoy it because we want it to be that way. Our children's lives will be damaged and we will be responsible for it. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Mawolo. Thank you. So, Steve, Delon, Amara Kone, and all the senators, they were all watching SKTV when we were talking about whatever we were talking about. And you mentioned the thing that happened in Grand Basso. So they've all come and wrote something on their respective pages. Yeah, talking about 50,000. Like I said earlier, we do not have I did not have any information on that particular thing that they were talking about. Whether 700,000, whether 50,000, I don't know. I have no clue. But if Martin Colley is the one spreading the 700,000, and Martin Colley got to be one of the rescue, family member, then this is a fight between the rescue uncles and the rescue son. So that's
in fact, just for clarity, that reading was actually from the post Martin pull-up. It was not SKTV reporting.
No. Okay. No, exactly. Because I was not here when you asked the question. It was about, whatever they're saying. But because SKTV, we don't report anything. We don't have fact to back it up.
Right.
So it's like rescue people are fighting against each other. Amara Kone is from the rescue thing. Delon is from there, and Matthew Colley, who spreading the news saying that he has the information, is also from there.
Right.
So maybe the rescue people are just, one of them, is lying. Amara Kone is not telling the truth, or Matthew Colley is lying. So whatever the case is John Palm oil waste on John Rice.
Yep.
They're all liars. They all knew that Joseph Boakai was not up to the task. They knew that Joseph Boakai was a liability on the country. They knew that Joseph Boakai does not have the mental capacity and ability and energy to be president of a nation. But yet they went for him, and that's what we got. So good luck to them, and we wish to see our people here tomorrow.
Yes, we'll be on by the grace of God tomorrow, like you said, Mr. Kane. We're very appreciative of our people, and we're not backing down. We don't report. If we're saying something that somebody said, we do a quotation or whatever it is. It says reported by one of them. The one that we get the facts on, like Mr. Kane said, what we report normally, and we don't walk back our reporting once we got the evidence to substantiate our reporting. We don't take it back. We don't do that. You can't do the one. Listen, we don't do that one. So you enjoy what you're voting for. We probably watching the show, and we are the commenters in the movie. We get it right to comment. So that's why we are talking, and we talk. And you say we talk tired, no evidence. We talk tired, no evidence. You get very tired, no evidence too. Folks, thank you. We'll take it down for today. But thank you those who support us in our birthday. Thank you those who wish you a happy birthday. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you for your continuous support. This is how we call it. Have a good midweek. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us the promise of them.